What is going on, everybody? Welcome to our live show, Week 1, Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm your host for today, Malcolm, and I'm joined by my good guy, Pierre. Pierre, welcome to Week 1. We have football. How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. Let's go, bro. Bro, it's prime time. We got the Chiefs. It's Thursday night football. We open up the season. Imagine how great it would be if we shock them and get out of there with a W.
Oh man, I mean that'll be phenomenal, man. I know for this game there's some key players that are out. Let's just jump right into it. Let's go right into the Lions injury report. For the inactives, we have, and I do not have it pulled up.
Here, I got you. I got
Go
you
ahead,
right here.
Pierre. Go ahead and read off the Lions injury report,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The inactives.
Isaiah Bucks, Stephen Gilmore, Broderick Martin, Emmanuel Mosley, Romeo Quara. The only one that's injured is Emmanuel Mosley, and we kind of knew he was going to be out. The rest are healthy scratches. Isaiah Bucks also.
Is there anybody on that list that kind of like surprised you that's like on there?
Not really. Broderick Martin is kind of like a work in progress. I don't think he's ready to play yet. Isaiah Bugs, I mean, we found out he wasn't going to play the other day. You know, you're deep on the D line, so Romeo Quara doesn't really shock you.
I mean, it's just like it kind of take us make me take a step back because it's like at one point he was our best pass rusher, and
Right.
now he's looking at it now he's like a healthy scratcher. That's to me I think that's kind of crazy, but you know what? It just shows how much we have grown.
Also, the Lions are all their DBs are active except Stephen Gilmore, so I guess the Lions are going to rely a lot on their DBs, and all linebackers are active. So special teams and DBs took the spot. Maybe in other games, if it's maybe like they want their pass rushers out there, maybe Romeo's active and one of those other guys is inactive. But yeah, for now, that's what they're rolling with.
Okay. What about the Kansas City Chiefs? Who do you have that's in and who is out?
So real quick, Chris Jones is not on the list, but he's inactive because he's not on the 53-man roster right now. He's like on the did not show up list. So he's inactive. Darius Rush, Nick Jones, BJ Thompson, Wanya Morris, Lucas Niang, Neil Farrell, who they just acquired in trade, and the big one, Travis Kelce.
I think the Travis Kelce news is huge, even though we kind of already knew he wasn't going to play. There wasn't really no time for him to heal, and it doesn't make sense for him to play because you know that they do have that mini bye.
Yeah,
so it makes sense for him not to play, just to rest it up. But how huge is the Travis Kelce news?
I mean, Travis Kelce, he's their number one guy. You know, him and Mahomes, like they have a connection where it's just like they know where each other are at all times. They trust each other. Kelce is one of the best in the league, obviously, so it's a massive loss for them. But they did elevate Matt Bushman from the practice squad and defense tackle Matt Dixon. So it looks like those guys will be kind of, I don't want to say replacing, but they'll be taking the spot of Kelce and Chris Jones.
All right, man, I like it. All right, so let's jump right into the Lions offense. What does the Lions offense need to do to get this W?
Yeah, I'm going to say control the clock, Malcolm. You know, I think your best defense is keeping Mahomes off the field. When I say control the clock, you got to score touchdowns. Field goals ain't going to cut it. 4th and 2, 4th and 3, go for it. Don't kick a field goal. Field goal isn't going to do much for you. You know, so just be aggressive at times. Once you get the run game going, which I think they will today, you get the run game going, everything else opens up. So try to get the run game going early. And once that gets going, then we know Ben Johnson has a whole mind of tricks in his bag.
Yeah, I have a feeling that middle is going to be wide open without Chris Jones there. Like they won't be able to create some really big rushing lanes. I'm actually kind of confused right now. Do you feel like this is going to be a high scoring game? Like I know last time Jared Goff played Patrick Mahomes, they had that over 100-point game. It was like 54-51 game. Do you see something similar to that this week, or is it going to be more controlled, more defensive type of a game? How are you seeing this game?
Well, here's the thing. Like, if the Lions go out and score, the Chiefs could score really fast. I mean, so could the Lions, but the Chiefs, they score really, really fast. Like, it takes a play or two. They got speed everywhere. We talked about Jerick McKinnon, Sky Moore, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, right? They added Rashid Rice in the draft. They got the kid from Clemson a few years ago. I'm drawing the blank. Damn it.
The kid from Clemson. Damn, I know exactly what you're talking about too. I can't
Man.
remember his name either.
Justin Ross.
Justin Ross, who had a really big camp.
He had a great camp for them. Yeah, he's a speedy guy. They got speed everywhere, and they got Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid's one of the best play callers of all time. He's a genius, and on top of that, they got a great interior offensive line, one of the best in the league, arguably the best in the league.
Yeah, I just want to see exactly, you know, as far as our offense. I would just want to make sure that Ben Johnson does a really great job in handling, you know, getting points on the board. So it could be a very competitive game. Um, I just don't know about their defense. I really like their secondary. I think their secondary is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I like our wide receivers more. I like our wide receivers more. So I think our wide receivers could do some damage against their secondary too.
Yeah, in regards to the wide receivers, I think your top three wide receivers in this game, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to say it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameer Gibbs, and Sam Laporta. Because the Chiefs love to blitz, and when you blitz, you got to get rid of that ball quick. And those guys are your quick passing game. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if they call some quick screens like Cully Freeman or the other guys, but I think you want to get your best players out in space, and those three guys are the best players out in space, in my opinion.
Okay, so as far as our number two receiver, because we kind of like never seen who our number two receivers are. You
It's
still
Gibbs
expecting
today.
our number two receiver is going to be Gibbs?
I think Gibbs is going to be up there in receiving yards today. Yes.
Like, wow. Okay.
If not, I would say Laporta or Raymond. You just look at like the way guys are paid, where they drafted them, how they use them. Reynolds and Marvin Jones are solid players, but I don't think they're going to be second in receiving yards. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think so.
All right. Let's jump into the defense and see, and just kind of let me know exactly what you think the Lions defense need to do to kind of contain Patrick Mahomes and this Kansas City Chiefs offense.
Number one starts up front. You got to stop the run, and I think that's harder to say. Easy, like especially with that interior. Like their interior could easily bully us. You know how you kind of said we have an advantage interior on offense. I think they also have an advantage interior. And they got three good running backs. Isaiah Pacheco, great rookie year last year. Jerick McKinnon, he's really good in that passing game as well. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he has some speed to him. Not as good as the other guys, but he was a first-round pick. He has some talent. Um, yeah, but man, like starts up front, stop the run, and then on third downs, you got to continue. You got to be disciplining your gaps, like obvious passing downs. Because if you don't, Mahomes can go out of the pocket, scramble drill, and someone's gonna be open. There's no way a DB could cover for 7-8 seconds. I don't care who you are. So you got to contain those edges, contain those, be disciplined in your gaps, and I think that's how you win this game, Malcolm. It's a lot easier said than done. It really is. Like I'm just saying this is not easy, man.
Yeah, when you're playing against an elite quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, of course it's not going to be easy. But there's really no names on this defense. I mean, on this offense. Is there anybody that you feel like could be a potential threat that could break out and have a really big game today on the Kansas City side? That kind of worries you a little bit.
Yeah, there's two guys actually. One is Jerick McKinnon out of the backfield. He had 500 receiving yards last year. The Lions struggled covering backs last year. We all know that, right? So that's a concern of mine. And another one is Justin Ross in the red zone. Our corners are not long. We don't really have long, tall corners. Sutton, I believe he's 5'11". I think Jerry's 5'10" or 5'11". Brian Bant's more of a nickel. Like they don't really have a corner to match up against the taller guys. So that's another concern of mine. And obviously not just a player, but Andy Reid's scheme. He loves to get his players out in space. They got a lot of speed. And we know what speed could do if they see the field is open. It's probably a touchdown or a long game. So you got to be focused with all that speed on the field.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Reid. We seen him do some crazy stuff. Like we seen him do ring around the rosy type stuff. Like they'll go in the huddle, then they'll just all circle around. They do the ring around the rosy, then they'll just all line up and try to confuse the defense, or just getting guys in motion and shifting guys around. I mean, that's what pretty much got the Philadelphia Eagles in that Super Bowl, got them all jacked up because of the motions and having the receivers, the pre-snap motions. So I mean, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to contain his offense, even though there's really no household names. But those guys that you did mention, man, those guys, I really believe that they could cause a threat. Um,
I think their number one threat, like right now, is probably MVS. He's been with the team the longest, but the guy, sneaky guy to watch out for is Sky Moore. Second year player, didn't really have a good year last year. But I talked to a couple of Chiefs people. He's had a really good camp for them. Obviously, that's just camp he got showed in the game, but he's a speedy guy. Actually out of Western Michigan, so right out of our backyard. So he's a guy to watch out for. He probably plays the slot, so he's going to see a lot of Brian Branch, maybe CJ Gardner Johnson. So we'll see what happens there.
All right. I mean, let's see if we can contain them, man. Let's just go straight into our scoring predictions.
You want
Pierre.
me to go? Well, let's read off Tyler's first. Tyler wasn't
Yeah,
be able to be with us today. He'll be with us, I think, the post game show.
I think he'll be able to post game show. I think he said something about trying out for the kicker position. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's trying out for kicker because we don't believe in Riley Patterson. Not yet.
Oh, okay. All right. He has the Lions 35-32, and his lock was shoot, where it was. Oh, right here. Commanders -7 over the Cardinals.
Okay,
No bold prediction. He didn't send it, so that's unfortunate. But
that's fine. Pierre,
all
who do
right.
you have?
Look, they're going to Arrowhead, but the Chiefs are without two of their three best players. No Chris Jones, no Travis Kelsey. I got Detroit winning 31-27. And then my bold prediction is going to be Brian Branch gets a sack and a pick. Coming out party for the rookie.
A sack and a pick on.
And my
Patrick
lock of the
Mahomes.
week, I like
Ooh.
Jacksonville -5 over Indy.
All right.
What about you, Malcolm? Talk to me.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a game that I think, I think the Kansas City Chiefs, they are missing some guys, some key players, and this is a game that Detroit kind of has to capitalize on and has to win. Even though it's week one, it's still early. I think this kind of shows that it shows the NFL and everybody that you know we can win these type of games because good teams win these types of games. When their opponent is missing key players or they're not at the full strength. Good teams win. So we're going to show the NFL that we are a good team, and we're going to capitalize on this, and we're going to
Right.
win. I think the score. I actually have a kind of a higher scoring game. Let's go 35. Let's go 35-27. Lions. And my lock of the week. Who the hell was my lock of the week? Oh, it was the Washington Commanders -7 over the Arizona Cardinals. I just think
Tyler has that one.
no, he does not. He has the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, I read it wrong. My bad. So Tyler's was Seahawks -5.5. Yours was Commanders -7. Or that's
yeah,
my fault.
yeah. Mine is the Commanders -7.5 over the Arizona Cardinals because I think Arizona Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the NFL, and I don't think they're going to be able to score any points.
Yeah. So correction. Tyler's was -5.5. Seattle over. I think they're playing LA, the Rams, right?
Yeah, they're playing the Rams without
All
Cooper
right.
Kupp.
So I think the spread to this game, what is it, -4.5 right now? Or did it
Yeah,
drop again? So -4.5. So we all had them covering, right?
we all have them covering.
Yeah, I think so. Wait, I said 31-27.
So you do not have them covering.
I'm gonna do 32-27.
Okay, so you have them covering.
I have them covering the spread, yes.
Okay, let's go, man.
All right. We good?
I think this is it, man. Everybody, thank you for joining us on our pregame show. Join us live. We're going to be live right after the game on Twitter Spaces. So make sure you join us on Twitter Spaces. It's going to be the three of us. It's going to be the three of us. It's going to be me, Tyler, and Pierre. Hopefully Tyler's still there. But yeah, we're going to break down the game, and hopefully we're going to be celebrating a W and be 1-0 in the division, man. And with that being said, this is your boy Malcolm, and I am out. Peace.
All right, guys, man. Enjoy the game, man. Take it in. This is primetime football, game
Yep.
1 of the year.
Yep.
Enjoy it.
Yep.
Eat your wings, eat your pizza, drink a little if you're old enough, drink responsibly. And I'll see you guys after the game. Peace.